Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, we're live?
Well, we're live. We're live.
Cool.
We're live.
What's up?
It's Saturday night.
It is.
Yeah.
Sad Saturday in ways.
Yeah.
Sad Saturday.
We
It's a
were
very
Dallas
sad
Simmons.
Friday, and this is the hangover from Friday.
Yep. So, but here we are. And this is the Game Related Network. It's
Yeah.
Saturday night. This is Kevin.
Yeah. Sam is Saturday night. Adam.
Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what we're going to fucking talk about, so we're going to start talking about it.
Yeah. Bad news yesterday. Bad news, but good news.
Yeah,
Definitely mixed emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
mixed emotions, but I think there's a lot to say here. First off, let's get some context in. Have you guys played Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3, Metroid Prime Hunters, Pinball, or Federation Force?
I haven't played any of those except for Metroid Prime on the GameCube, like a little bit.
Okay.
1 and
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Wii, so I didn't get into 3 with the motion control and all that stuff. I wanted to,
Yeah.
but yeah, I didn't play any of the Hunters.
Yeah.
I wasn't really interested in playing Hunters, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, that one was it was more multiplayer focused. I feel like because you had these 6 characters or 6 hunters that were not Samus that you could play as in multiplayer, and they had their own different functionalities and whatever, different characteristics. They were different species. For the most part, I think 1 or 2 of them might have been human, but a couple of them they added lore. It was more of a world building multiplayer kind of Metroid game. I don't think it was Retro Studios. I did play it a lot. I played a lot of Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS. I got pretty good at the multiplayer. There was a sniper character, and that's who I was good with on multiplayer. And let's see, I played a lot of the single player, and one of the big problems was all the bosses were the same. It was just the same boss fight over and over again with
weird.
basically
Some Robo Recall.
little to no moderations. Exactly, like
Yeah.
Robo Recall, the same guy breaking the internet or whatever. Dude, that
At least
game
he
is
talks
so
funny
damn
shit,
funny.
though.
Exactly. Oh my god, I love the sense of humor of it. But with Metroid Prime, I played a lot of Metroid Prime Hunters. I played Metroid Prime 3 a good amount. That was the first one that I had bought, that I had owned, that I played through from beginning to as far as I could get. Never beat a Metroid Prime game.
There's a lot to them, man.
Yeah, the second one, from what I've heard, is particularly difficult. I played the multiplayer for Metroid Prime 2 once. It was like a local, deathmatch kind of deal, I think. And the first one I played, I want to say like 5 hours of in the beginning, and then I watched my friend try and beat it, and he was like, "Oh, this is impossible," and I was like, "Well, let me try," and I beat it.
Nice.
But that's because I was watching him, and I was like learning it and everything. He is much, much, much better at video games than any of us, I guarantee it. But
Challenge accepted, bro.
oh
I don't know
man,
who you are, but bring that shit, bro.
Yeah. 1v1 me.
yeah, exactly.
At me, bro. We'll get it down.
I'll have him over for Smash Bros. One night. Oh, God. Oh, speaking of Piranha Plants probably coming up soon, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited. Make sure you register if you bought it physically. Make sure you register your points or whatever.
Already done, son.
Already done? Did you buy digital?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Already done,
Yeah.
son. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And the little feet coming out of the bottom of the pot. This is a little interesting approach to mobility.
Yeah, he's just like waggling the pot around and like, oh man, I am excited to finally learn and realize how he plays. Back to Metroid Prime though.
Yeah.
So, I played technically not Pinball or Federation Forces at all. Actually, I think I played Pinball, but not Federation Force. That came out on the 3DS in like 2015. It was another multiplayer-focused one that, Samus made like a 5-second cameo of, and you didn't play as her. You were just like a generic Galactic Federation soldier.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah.
No Samus, no soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
and I mean, that was the first Metroid game that had been announced since Other M, when that had released in 2010 on the Wii. I don't think people like that one as much. I never played it. I heard, yeah. But, Metroid's been kind of rocky lately, except, with the 2017 and E3, Nintendo revealed, Metroid Prime 4, and they revealed Metroid Samus Returns for the 3DS, and that was only like, when they revealed it, it was like coming out in 3 months, and that's what happened, and it was great. And it was the first
I remember you
Metroid.
liking that game a
I
lot.
loved it. It was the first Metroid game I've ever beaten. So, yes, either they're making them a little easier, or maybe I'm just getting a little older and little less. I don't know. I think Metroid games are hard, man. I played a lot of Super Metroid, and I just couldn't crack it at the time.
I want to go back and play that one. That would be a cool re-release on the Switch.
Yeah,
maybe a little. Here you go.
Yeah,
you can play some Super Metroid while you wait.
I'd love some Super Nintendo games on there. I'd love Metroid Prime Trilogy on there. I'd love I'd love a remake of Super Metroid on the Switch, like how they did a remake of Metroid 2 with the 3DS. I'd really like a Super Metroid remake. That'd be
why wouldn't they?
That would be.
That's one of the most loved games in the whole series. It's still, some people say, is the best one.
A lot of people still say it's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, dude, that game when Super Nintendo was out. I never had that game growing up, and I was like, it made me want that system so bad before I had it. I was like, what is this amazing shit? I played it at Walmart on a little display, a little battle with Ridley, and I was like,
I remember those, man.
The graphics, everything, man, the sound. Speaking of sound, man, that part of that little logo trailer, the foreshadowing, if we will call it that. Just a little nose, a little digital sound effects they had that were just the distinct Metroid. Just, man, I'm just wanting to be scanning things and just eating lore up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's disappointing, I guess, that it's being delayed. But I guess I think it's reassuring that Nintendo is taking a step to make sure it's up to their standards.
Yeah,
That's the big thing. I guess it's like I think that's why people are not as upset as they could be with the delay announcement. Or the scrapping.
I think that's a big part of it. I think there's the other big benefactors right now are the timing in relation to what other companies have been doing. This is hot off the heels of that Star Wars game by Visceral being canceled by EA. Just flat out, nope, not happening anymore.
Yeah,
we got to talk about that after this Metroid thing. This whole EA Star Wars.
Exactly, and that's the other thing. It's coming hot off the heels of Blizzard, foreshadowing that they were going to announce Diablo 4, and they ended up announcing Diablo Immortals for phones. And it's just, the thing is, certain channels have been saying, it's about Nintendo's transparency and how they handled the situation and how they communicated and they apologized to the fans. And it's a really good way to show your integrity in the industry right now, is just tell everyone what's up. And I mean, good lord, man, Nintendo, you never know with Nintendo, man. Like, it's like, I know how, you usually just wake up one morning and boom, Nintendo Direct. You wake up one morning, boom, Nintendo Labo. You wake up one morning, boom, Super Smash Bros. Direct. You wake up one morning, Metroid Prime 4 development update. No logo.
The way they open that shit.
Such a roller coaster.
And then we have an update on the development.
That was the first thing that
I saw. Fuck.
I was just like, sometimes when I'm waking up in the morning, I check my phone and I just kind of see any, updates or anything. And the first thing, like, no texts or anything, but the first thing to show up, Nintendo video upload, Metroid Prime 4 development update, and I just woke up. I was just like, oh, fuck. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
That might be one of the more disappointing moments of my life in like gaming. When you just hear of a delay or something, you're like, no.
Well, it's not just like that it's getting delayed. I think the biggest thing is we hadn't heard anything since they announced it.
Yeah.
And it was radio silence, Everybody was wanting anything, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of the best way they could break it, because they hadn't shown us anything yet. So
true.
That sort of softens that blow in a way that we didn't have any expectations set otherwise that it was happening. So that kind of levels it out in a sense. But man, it's such a disappointment that they're having to start from scratch. Like what were they doing that was like so bad that Nintendo was just like, we're canning this. Like, you're done. Like,
you guys do not get to do this anymore. Retro.
Hey,
we're sorry, baby. We're sorry.
Remember when we did that?
We get back together. We cool. How you been?
That kind of brings me into another thought on this, and this has been another big topic since this announcement. What has Retro been up to since, okay, so their last game that came out was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U in 2014.
Okay.
Switch version came out in this past year in 2019. I want to say like May, April.
Okay.
And, well, they're just starting work on Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
It's 2019, so what have they been working on this whole time? And, I mean, all the channels that I watch are apparently, they feel safe in assuming it's that Star Fox racing game that there were rumors about.
You don't need that.
I mean, if it's a Star Fox game that happens to have racing involved but is not like the main focus of the gameplay and the loop and the experience of the game, if it's just like a bonus, then I'm cool with that. But why did that like make it as such a focus in these rumors, So we'll see. Whatever
Just
it is.
fucking make F-Zero.
Just make
and then make Star Fox
and Earthbound. Well, make Mother 3 in the US. Like just do it. Just do it.
Definitely. We'll see. We don't know if that's real or not, but maybe they've been working on that. I also wonder if they've been called in to consult with some of the difficulties that the other studio may have been having during this process. I mean, if they're canceling now, they've been trying to fix shit probably for a while.
Apparently, there's been some talk in and out. Well, I mean, the thing is, when they announced Metroid Prime 4, they said that Bandai Namco would be helping. They didn't say necessarily what team would be focusing on it. They did give the producer's name, and he's the same producer and or director that worked on Samus Returns for the 3DS, I think. And I mean, I think that's the case. I'd never double-checked. But they never said what team is actually working on the game itself, whether or not it was the same team from Metroid Samus Returns or anything. But there's been talk since the announcement, and apparently there might have been a bunch of stuff being worked on the game by a bunch of different departments worldwide. Because I mean, Bandai Namco is like what, Singapore or like
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah, my brother went out to work for Bandai Namco and he did some DBZ stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you have Nintendo making some stuff in house, and you probably got Bandai Namco making assets elsewhere, and you might even have other development. People involved from wherever. I mean, even Retro probably was probably giving them advice or like information on the lore or whatever because they've established all of that stuff. And I'd heard also that Retro had might have had some knowing of what were their goings on in the development of it to the point where they were like, let's send Nintendo a demo of what we can do and just see what's up. And
how crazy would that be if it happened? They weren't even doing a bad job. There's like,
wow, dude, that's a good. Wow, what an angle! Like, it's not even that they were doing it badly. It's just like they're doing it so much better.
Exactly.
Like they're just like, we know you got these guys doing it, but like, what if?
Yeah.
What if this?
Exactly.
Do we really want to let them take our baby?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Retro might have been seeing this and being like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just, we can do this better. We can do it justice. We know, I mean, it's obviously, not every employee that worked on Metroid Prime 1 or 2 or 3 is still there, but it's like, there's still a really good software development company, second-party developer for Nintendo. And, it's, you have Nintendo and Bandai working on what is primarily a Western audience Nintendo franchise.
Yeah.
Like Metroid sells way better here than in Japan.
Really?
So it's like you have Eastern mindset trying to develop this game that's been made by the last 3 games were made by a studio from Texas.
It don't get much more Western.
So I mean it's just like obviously everyone feels that Retro should have been working on it to begin with in 2017, but you know what, I'm cool with you guys deciding to do this. And I mean, that's another thing, maybe they made this decision a while back, maybe, and I've been hearing that people are talking about maybe this is why Metroid Prime Trilogy did not get announced at the Video Game Awards, is because the rumors were going around and everyone was so sure and yada yada, and then some stuff was happening in the background with Metroid Prime 4 where they were like, okay, well, we got to scrap this. We got to get retro. We got to delay the Prime Trilogy announcement. Like, maybe that was all kind of...
I'm hoping they get that Prime Trilogy out to maybe fill the gap. I feel like that's necessary at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just they have so much time to release the trilogy now.
Yeah.
It's just a much wider potential assumed window of opportunity to be able to give us time to... And I mean, the sooner you give us that, the better, because it gives us that much time to beat all 3 games.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And I would... I mean, with the gyroscope aiming and with... I just think it would work really well.
It definitely
would work really well.
Yeah,
with handheld, and I bet it would look so crisp and 60 frames a second. And
just make it happen.
Yeah, definitely make it happen. This feels like the kind of occurrence that could, because it's such a force already. Like it's everyone's talking about it, including you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could draw back a lot of the original developers. Like, it's got a lot of buzz around it. Like, if I was somebody who was involved with something that great, say I'm in another studio now and I hear this, I'm like, oh shit! And say they reach out to some of them and they're like, hey man, you wanna give it another go round, bro? Like, like those movies.
Let's get the Avengers back together.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Want to do it like the good old days, man?
Right.
No,
but regardless, I was thinking earlier. I mean, like with game companies where like the guard changes over time. I think that legacy and mindset of a studio tends to be relatively consistent to an extent. You see that with a lot of game developers, right? Like people are leaving all the time. Like you lose like a head writer or this guy, and sometimes it has a bigger effect than others. But you still can expect the same sort of consistency, or hope for that at least, between individual studios that are known for a thing.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of parallels with this. I mean, this makes me think a lot of another game that got announced with a tantalizing E3 tidbit and then silence forever.
Are you what are you hinting at there?
Is it Beyond Good and Evil 2 or
no? We've got more info on that.
Well, wait, I don't know. I don't want to guess.
The Final Fantasy VII remake.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got the crew walking through Midgar looking all fresh in HD.
Yeah.
And then nothing. And I've also heard things too where like the initial development that had been years in got scrapped and restarted internally. They were working with an external studio and all that.
Yeah.
And it has a strange amount of parallels with this. I just feel way more confident in the Metroid version of it.
I do too.
That's sad because these are very much 2 games that I don't know if there's more anticipated games that haven't even shown anything yet. You know what I mean? We haven't seen gameplay from either one, and
but I mean, I don't know. I think Elder Scrolls 6. I think
Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, sure, but I mean,
dude,
hold on.
But that's a remake,
after
though.
Fallout 76, though. Now that Fallout 76, like Bethesda cannot be like, they're not gonna be let to live up for that for a while, and that game's release and all of the press that has come out, in my opinion, I think, a lot of the internet probably feels the same way. They're just more in question with Elder Scrolls 6 and with everything 100%. That they're doing now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But
Starfield, I think, is going to be my judgment of their trajectory. Starfield, to me, it's a new IP. It's not like we've got this expectation of what a Fallout game needs to be or what a
Elder Scrolls game needs to be, and needing to meet or exceed sales. Well, basically exceed sales, and just like Skyrim was such a success, like they need to basically just do what they can to get that game into as many hands as possible. Whereas Starfield is a new IP.
It's something different. But for me, it's going to show what they're really capable of again when they try. Because Fallout 76 is clearly just a dumpster fire. Just like what? I don't know. Like, I've just written the game off at this point, and I'm just waiting to see maybe if they turn things around, like if they improve. It's got things there. It's like it's kind of fun, but like just the overall experience is just I've got better things to do. But I'm hoping for Starfield for them to show their true colors again and get into something new and hopefully something exciting. But I guess back to the point though. I'm very much anticipating Elder Scrolls 6 regardless. I still have high expectations because I know they're going to have to try hard for that. It's not going to be a phoned in 76 or anything like that. So
Yeah.
Think about this, man. It'd be interesting to go back to our E3 Bethesda video and see like our energy around these announcements, right? And to see how much we're like, oh yeah, Elder Scrolls 6, Starfield, and now is like this degree of apprehension, like.
Yeah.
There's almost more pressure on like, I hope this has to be good. And we're like, oh shit, it's gonna be done. And I was like, is it though? Because look at this shit.
Yeah. Yep. I don't remember what I said on tape, but I remember feeling pretty ambivalent about 76 in general. Like, I didn't have high expectations, but I'm still disappointed with it,
Yes,
exactly. Which is worse. Like, I was almost thinking like, why are they doing this then? Like, I guess you guys are doing it. It just seemed real soon, but still to be like, what the hell did you do?
Yeah.
It paints everything they're doing differently for me now.
Yeah. For sure. No, and it is sad, but I think it is honestly very revealing of these problems that Bethesda has had as a developer for a long time with regard to bugs and issues within their game engine and development process. Just stuff that they've been called out on before that they've only now had to fix because the game is a multiplayer game.
No modders to patch it up for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hide behind your community now.
Yeah. But I think it is in a way different when it's a single player game with respect to some glitches or things. I guess you could say. I don't know how to specifically kind of box that, but for example, like frame rate and physics. In Fallout 76, when that was affecting like the speed of the game, that created speed hacks. Like if you had a high frame rate, like that's putting you at a completely different playing field than somebody else who's playing it with you.
Yeah.
Right. But like in a single player game, like if like a book flies off the shelf because like you had a weird frame rate issue, not as big of a deal. But it's still an issue, and it's only getting looked at now more seriously because it's multiplayer. Yeah. So, but I hope they just carry these things over into the development of their new stuff, and learn. And they've been talking about making improvements to their engine, but I hope it is better because their engine needs work.
Man. Yeah, and I feel like too, hopefully it has an effect on these things where they're trying to like do like paid mods and all this. Like, you actually need the modders, and it's been proven by this. You know what I'm saying? When they can't fix some of these shortcomings for you.
Yeah.
And in a way, it makes you wonder what these other games would be like if the modders didn't do anything to them. Totally. Like, it'll still be good games. I'm not saying anything like that, but...
Well, it's kind of a catch-22 with regard to how they develop their games. One of the main reasons they've stuck with their engine tools and everything is because of how moddable and configurable it is, and because the community knows how to work with it, and they want to kind of keep that power with the community. However, it is holding them back at the same time. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes out next. I'm looking at Fallout 76 and just seeing if anything happens interesting. But it's
see if it pulls a No Man's Sky.
It could, but I don't know.
That took years though. For them. It took a couple of years for them to really pull it out.
Yeah,
and that's all they do is that game. Yeah, they're not teasing the Starfield and developing the Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
Or was it the Elder Scrolls Swords or what was that? Blades.
I am excited about still a little bit because that could be cool just because it's so cross-platform, like from mobile to like PC VR. So I could get into that potentially. I mean,
but that's just a branch they have to develop still, though. Whereas No Man's Sky didn't have any whole team.
Yeah.
We got to up our hours. We got to say face you down. Cool, let's go.
But at the same time, I mean, Hello Games was just a small indie mobile game studio before they got into No Man's Sky. Where Bethesda now has like 3 hubs and like a lot more development staff. I think they have the resources, but it's just I think creative decisions and maybe mismanagement of some things, but Blades could be cool. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic.
That's the only way I can feel about Bethesda stuff right now. That's a weird place to be in, man. Where like, it could. I hope it's good, but I don't know. It's my confidence. It's almost the same thing in a way, though. Although they've redeemed themselves some, but like Platinum's released some games sometimes where you're like, what the hell is this? I just played some magic from you. Yeah. And then I'm playing this, like that Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? You guys made Vanquish and Bayonetta and this? And you made those games before you made this? What?
Yeah.
And then they'll come out with some with the Nier Automata. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So they could save face, but it's just like, man.
Yeah. At least we know we're getting Bayonetta 3 before Metroid Prime 4 now.
Knock on wood. I'm not confident in anything I'm excited about anymore.
Real quick, while we're still kind of in the Bethesda corner, though, the Skyrim Together mod has entered like open beta stages.
Ooh, nice!
Which is very exciting. It's a basically multiplayer Skyrim mod.
Yep.
So that's going to be really exciting to get together. I'm hoping that they're
some VR Skyrim.
Gonna work on porting it to VR eventually. Yeah. So I think it's in the cards, and dude, that would be so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Making Skyrim an MMO in VR.
I guess there's the potential to get up to 64 players in one world, but I don't think that's very feasible. I think it'd be maybe 8.
2 more,
I think
bro.
8 is like recommended. But yeah, like dude, having a trio, 4, like 8. Just like a squad.
Yeah,
dude. Just mob through a fucking village.
Exactly.
We are here.
Just like
so awesome.
You guys, like, you know, the 3 of us, we like go into the cavern. They've got a shit ton of caverns in those games, so it's like many. You know, you have an archer and a wizard and a warrior, and you all just go in and do like a covert ops mission and just kill all the vampires. And oh, that sounds awesome.
Plus, imagine our swag. We went to the Renaissance Festival, walking down them streets, feeling.
Oh, that's coming up again.
Oh, it is.
It's coming up. It is. It's right around the corner.
Thank you for reminding me.
I think we gotta go, you guys. I don't know if you guys are going. I'm going.
I would love to go. I haven't gone in a couple years.
Me either. It's been 2 years since last.
Yeah, I went in 2016, 2015.
Probably 2016. Yeah.
I've gone like every year the past like 3, 4, 5. I don't even know.
I used to go all the time as a kid, but then I hadn't gone for a long time, and then I went recently and had a lot of fun. As an adult with money to spend and beer to drink.
Yes. Mead and
pints
beer.
Of plenty.
Yes.
Mead. Is it autumnal? That fucking commercial cracks me up.
Oh man. Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. It's that time of year. The beginning of the year is great. You know, you get Renaissance Festival, you get good January releases, you get Girl Scout cookies. I was at Walmart today.
Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, dude. I was at Walmart today, and I was like, "How much a box?" $5. And I was like, I have $5. I had an entire box of Thin Mints, but that was the last thing I did before I came over.
Yeah, you ate all the Thin Mints, right? Yeah. I eat them by the sleeve, just like.
Y'all ain't fooling me, you little juvenile crack dealers. What the fuck,
dude? Yeah, that is.
What are y'all sprinkling in them cookies, man?
Oh man!
Like there's a lot of cookies that get sold year round, and you can just go get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Them little girls hit the fucking storefronts. Excuse me. You start itching a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, like, come on, man.
They've got the goods, and they know it. And it's honestly, it's a conspiracy, man.
It turns out people love Girl Scout cookies.
It makes so much money.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you can only have them a certain time of year, so that demand kind of builds up. And Thin Mints
I gotta get in on
God.
that game. Like, how do I intercept or get in the production line where I can just get Thin Mints funneled to my pantry?
You gotta make the right connections.
Yeah. Off-season Girl Scout cookies, dude. I want it.
You just gotta save up.
Bro, you would be the plug. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Them would pay for themselves real quick, dude. Like, just pull them out on the table.
You know, what if you just had like an opportunity to have a Christmas bonus that was just like that amount of money, but in Girl Scout cookies?
Ooh, that'd be a lot of Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah,
I guarantee you get a knock on your door. In the sash of all sashes would show up.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Just be like,
what is this I'm hearing about off-season cookies? Just take the bat right to your knees real quick.
Oh, man.
We're the motherfucking Girl Scouts, motherfucker.
We know they're in here.
And just dump Thin Mints on you as you're bleeding and, like, crying on the ground.
No, they'd probably be with Samoas.
Yeah.
Samoas. Just let them melt on you and your wounds.
Did you guys hear about that? Like, there was one Girl Scout who had set her station up in front of a medical marijuana dispensary a couple of years ago.
That is capitalism.
Genius.
That is how you do it.
That is. Can we fast track her into like some economic position?
Yeah.
Because she is thinking forward right now.
Yeah, that
did anyone have a problem
happened.
with this?
It was a bit of a controversy a couple years back, a year or two ago, from what I remember.
Why aren't they selling edible Girl Scout cookies?
Some people felt that it was like an unfair advantage or whatever, but no, that's just
having a better brain.
Yeah, that's what I say.
It's smart business tactics.
It's capitalism.
The question is, how does she know? How does she know that's how that works?
She lives in California, you know.
But I guess that's fair. Like, I don't know, but who told her? Who told her as a child?
Who was responsible for her
we all
exposure
found
to
out at
certain
some
things.
point.
Every learns somewhere or another, but I don't know. Just curious.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot more movies you can watch.
What is the
now.
age limit for a Girl Scout?
That's a good question.
I think, I don't know, as somebody who is an Eagle Scout through the Boy Scout program, you get kind of kicked out at 18.
Oh, so there's Girl Scouts. If that's the same, there's Chief and Ass. They're out there hotboxing tents, bro. With fucking Samoas just... That's how she knew?
Yeah, there's probably not Girl Scouts, I don't know, I would imagine probably past 16 as well, or somewhere in that range, but I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
We had older brother, older siblings. There's a lot of ways they could have found out. Regardless, that is a young business mind at work. And it makes you wonder why the Girl Scouts, York's medicated Girl Scout cookies would fly off the dispensary shelf.
God.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
All right, well, here, we got to shut this down. We got to cut the feed. We got to edit that out. That's big.
We need to contact Girl Scouts of America and talk business.
It's 2019. Anything's possible.
Nintendo's got some Girl Scout cookies that have like acid and shrooms built in or something.
Mario's been priming people for a long time,
and they just did not. They were out of Girl Scout cookies for Metroid Prime 4. Like,
we want to start some Game Scouts.
That's the reason it got canceled.
Yeah, they were just like, "Oh, dude, we got some bunk shit." Like,
the Girl Scout cookies are bad, man. Don't eat them, bro. You'll freak out.
Oh man.
Shit. Wow, we went off on a tangent.
Yeah,
this is great.
That sounds great stuff.
I think with Metroid Prime Retro, if they did a demo, it might have just been based on the technology they used for the Metroid Prime trilogy remaster. If it's all, assuming that's all, maybe already done and they're just waiting for the right time, maybe they're just using that technology to do the Metroid Prime 4 demo, and Nintendo just saw it and was like, dude
makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think I'd be cool with that. Just honestly, that's the thing, the Metroid Prime engine was ahead of its time.
I was really impressed playing it like on GameCube.
Metroid Prime was hella impressive.
Yeah.
Dude.
I remember playing that in like 2007 and being like, "Good lord!"
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah. I've brought this up before, but still, one of the most baffling, flooring moments for me graphically was realizing that I actually did see Samus's reflection.
Yeah,
when
in the
you shot the
visor,
power. So you're like, well, wait, did I? And you see it again, and you're like, I fucking saw it. That was her face. Oh, what?
That's cool.
That blew my mind, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a little detail didn't need to be in there.
Exactly.
Made you feel like you were playing some futuristic shit.
Exactly. And it's like you splash in the water and the water splashes up and you can see it like trickle down her visor and and it was clean and it was smooth and it was like, dude, the GameCube was a little powerhouse back then, man.
They've always been really good about optimizing to their hardware.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy on the Wii, that could have easily been an Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 game. Easy. Like, I don't... Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword, not as much. Wind Waker.
That game
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Oh, Wind Waker. Oh, good lord. Some of the Dolphin emulators they have for these GameCube games, I see them online and I'm just like,
dude, get on that shit.
Looks great.
Get the Dolphin VR emulator and play Wind Waker in VR.
Metroid Prime in VR. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
Did we just figure out how we're getting through this delay?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and lack of a Metroid Prime Trilogy announcement. Metroid Prime Trilogy at E3. Is that fair?
I think,
guys?
yeah.
Okay,
Come on, throw us a bone.
I mean, so if...
Or Ridley Bone.
I mean, I think... My assumption is that the main focus of E3 for Nintendo is going to be either Pokemon, the Generation 8 Pokemon, not another Let's Go, yada yada. It's either going to be Pokemon, Animal Crossing, or both. Maybe Retro's rumored Star Fox game or whatever it is that they were working on. I mean, if they're starting up work on Metroid Prime 4 now, feel safe in assuming that whatever it is they were doing previously is done. I mean, unless Nintendo scrapped that too.
But Star Fox one, just a real quick thing. Just let fucking the Starlink team do it.
Oh, dude.
Let Starlink team make Star Fox.
Ubisoft's been doing good with
Retro
Nintendo. I
make
mean, Rabbids Kingdom, man, I should get it. I should get it.
Bro.
Yeah, I need to get down on that.
Yeah, I've heard it's fun.
Dope.
Man.
Yeah.
It's really dope.
I could get back into a game like that right now.
Yeah. And if you guys played Starlink, you know exactly what I'm saying about. It's a Star Fox game in the way that it controls, man. And the fact that they have Star Fox in there, it fools you. If you're just in space mobbing around, not doing that, you're like, okay, how is this not? And even the other versions of the game, it controls the same. So they have the formula down, and they did it on a massive scale. Just let them fucking do it.
Yeah.
Let the fucking Fast RMX team make F-Zero, and let Retro make Mitch. Just can I have a job, Nintendo? Like,
hey, yeah, we're just idea guys.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
You don't gotta like fly us up to. I mean, I'm from Redmond though. I'm just born there. I'm just gonna put that out there, but I'm cool doing it from here too. We can video conference. Kind of doing it right now in the off kind of way. Still, man, like that would feel like a perfect Nintendo universe to me if those were all happening.
Yeah. That's a conversation I'd love to have. Is that perfect Nintendo universe? Like if you were in charge of the next 5 to 10 years of what everything Nintendo was doing, and if I were Nintendo, I won't get started on it. But I mean, one thing, just a thought. Reggie Fils-Aimé, president of Nintendo of America, twice in the past year has teased us with wearing Metroid shirts.
We were talking about this before you showed up for the cast.
It's like
a
that
month
photo
ago.
With Jeff Keighley, and then like VGA award, the Video Game Awards, wearing that Ridley shirt, just like who am I gonna rep out of all the newcomers? Ridley. Why? Because we're delaying Metroid Prime 4, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Eat it.
Thanks, Reggie.
I feel like he just
wear a different shirt,
maybe
bro.
They didn't tell him. Maybe like he didn't know yet. Like they were like, "Fuck, he's wearing the Metroid shirt. We should have told him last week."
Or somebody who's beef with Reggie. Like,
what if Reggie found out the same day that we did? Later. He just woke up and saw that video and was just like,
"Fuck."
You fucking kid. Now he's got to come out and make a statement about his wardrobe choices.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy who works for Nintendo.
No, motherfucker, you're the guy.
Big difference. He is one of the guys. He is one of the big guys. I mean,
literally.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. Dude, he is... large, powerful individual. His body is ready.
He's Reggie. Here's my 4X fucking Metroid Prime shirt. Bask upon its glory, for you will wait till 2021-22.
So Cyberpunk's gonna come out before Metroid Prime.
Probably, yeah.
So that's
cool. Did you hear
cool.
about the writer leaving? I'm not too worried
I did hear about that. I was gonna bring that up.
I hate when I hear writers leaving.
So
I hate it.
I assume that Cyberpunk is far along enough that he's already his involvement in Cyberpunk is basically it's done. He's already done it.
I'm not too worried.
Exactly. It's like as long as I get my Cyberpunk, I don't want to be getting my mouth watered over something and then find out that the writer leaves halfway through or whatever. And it's I heard about that. I heard him
Destiny my shit, man.
Yeah.
I heard about him moving over to Blizzard, which I don't think Blizzard needs another writer.
Well, maybe they do.
Can we get an Overwatch story game?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be cool with that. I think Overwatch's writer, the guy in charge of the story, is doing really good with building the lore. He's been doing a great job over the past couple of years, actually. But it would be awesome to have that extra pair of hands if there were a single-player Overwatch like campaign or experience or something. I'd be all about that.
I think they're trying to make a push to. I mean, they're remastering Warcraft. Is it 3?
Yeah,
probably.
What if they're trying to make a push to bring back the actual Warcraft series 2 and do a proper?
I would love
Warcraft
that.
4. They're gonna need a writer.
Right?
An expanded team. There's a lot of things that could implicate why they would bring such a
Yeah.
That guy was a huge part of The Witcher 3. Like, that's a fucking juggernaut in the writing game, you know? No, like, you don't bring that in for nothing.
But I think that part of the problem with that game is those expectations, you know? Like,
True.
The Warcraft series, like, I don't know, getting into World of Warcraft, now they have this different kind of pedigree. You know, and I think if they're going to come out with the Warcraft 4 game, they've got to come out with something new. Because, think of StarCraft 2. It took so fucking long for StarCraft 2 to come out.
It's a huge game, too. All the expansions. It was it's in depth, man.
Yeah. And it's the same thing.
It was like 10 years ago.
Diablo 4 also.
Maybe not 10 years, but close.
Yeah. Like, Blizzard's, like, they've just built up, like, their reputation is, you know, they're one of those companies that, you know, they make a new mainline entry in their title, and it's got to be huge.
Yeah.
It's got to be huge.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I mean, after the whole thing last year with Diablo Immortals and, like, what's been happening with Activision and, you know, the $2 reticle on Black Ops 4 that's a smiley face and, you know, them parting ways with Bungie and, you know, Activision's kind of, you know, they're stumbling a little bit, and I think they're going to, you know, do what they can to stay afloat, and if that means kind of making Blizzard their fucking bitch and, you know, doing what they want, well, I don't know. I'm cautious right now of EA and Activision.
EA and Activision stumbling is a beautiful thing to me because it shows you, like, that arrogance that built up. Even like, BioWare is a studio owned by EA, but even the way they handled some of the shit, or like Bethesda and the way they're going about Fallout 76, like, just because you guys have been around forever and been killing it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that it continues and that we're just going to let it ride.
Yeah.
You know, and it does feel like an age of where it's a great humbling of the juggernauts.
Oh, yeah,
and there's, like, a lot of respect given to indies that are doing it right. And things like Warframe are coming up and doing the exact opposite of what the big boys are doing, and it's working.
It's shifting. It's changing the tides, you know? Like, it's the cycles go on like that, and that happens in every industry and with all sorts of things. You know, you have that kind of, you know, small companies rising to big companies, and then, you know, plateauing, and then maybe going down, and then you have new companies kind of taking up over them, and then just wave after wave. And but it is interesting to see where things are going. Going back to BioWare, though, I was reading, I don't know if you guys heard about the article or read it was a Kotaku article by Jason Schreier about BioWare trying to get KOTOR 3 going multiple times.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
It was a really good article.
Yeah.
Like, they tried, I guess, you know, tried to get that happening.
Yeah.
What's the whole...
fucking EA.
No way to microtransaction it. You know, no way to optimize, you know, consistent income.
Yeah.
You know, one just of apart from initial sales, that's the problem.
That shit is so baffling to me, man. Like, how did EA forget that most of their history, they made hella money without microtransactions by just making and selling video games?
Well, but have you seen how much money
started
games
with
good or I shouldn't say games with good microtransactions, but
games with microtransactions that are popular enough. I mean, it started with, like, FIFA in 2011, I think. It's like, that whole deal is what got that person in charge of that FIFA game to become the CEO of EA. He moved up. He got full charge of the company because of his decision to bring microtransactions into this generation of consoles.
But that worked in that setting for that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and now he wants to do it with everything and get the biggest bonus and have 3 yachts instead of 2.
It's crazy, man. Like, here's my thing: if you want to monetize shit more than you already are, you're gonna have to get creative with it, and it's gonna have to fit the game just as well as the original Ultimate Team concept fit FIFA, because it was perfect for it. You know what I mean? Like, you're building a team, you're buying cards, yada yada yada, boom. That doesn't loot boxes and shit. You can't turn everything into a proverbial card pack. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
I bought every piece of downloadable content for Mass Effect 2 because I was that big a fan of Mass Effect 2.
Because it was a game you enjoyed.
It was a game I fucking loved.
No, it happens. I think it's worth it in games where it's acceptable.
Yeah.
And it's in context, right? Like, if you have to pay it to progress in the game or to get, like, specific things, it's kind of frustrating. But if it's just, like, cosmetic things or, like, inconsequential stuff, I don't know. I feel like cosmetics is kind of like my barometer or my line of like, okay, like I'll spend money all day on like elite cosmetics. Like that's my thing. That's my thing. I don't feel like I feel I'm paying money for ship skins, but like whatever, I'll do it because I'm okay with it because I want to look at my ship.
Exactly.
But some games it's not as acceptable. I don't know. I don't like the randomness of loot boxes.
Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan. That kind of turned me off from Overwatch. That's a part of what turned me off from Overwatch. I haven't played it in like months.
Oh, me neither, man. It's been so long. And it's just I was reading a Reddit discussion about Overwatch the other day, and part of the appeal of the early game was there was so much up in the air, and it wasn't like everybody knew who everybody's counter was, and like all the strategies weren't like set.
Yeah.
So it was more experimentation and having fun. And then now it's like, oh, why are you playing with that person in our comp like against these people? Like, it's like, dude, I don't want to like have to deal with that like every time I get into a game. I want to like just play and have fun.
Yep.
I don't know.
Very true. Absolutely.
Which is another argument I think too for having a non-competitive like a single player Overwatch option.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you love that game and the lore of the universe and just how it plays and all that,
enjoyable world and setting, very likable characters.
Right?
Like, good lord.
But you don't want to deal with that bullshit that you just described. Like I just want to hop.
Yeah.
I just want to hop in and get some Overwatch vibes without all that. Like
great vibes. Great vibes.
Yeah, it's weird there's not a story. At this point, there's so much there. All the vignettes they put out for each character and shit.
I remember when I showed you for the first time that game, and there was like the, cut scene with Winston or whatever, and he's talking about the whole, thing with the Omnic War and everything, and like the camera goes black, and you're just like, how is there not a single player to this? Like,
right, Jesus Christ!
Good lord! Yeah. It's just like the CG, the trailers they have for these characters that come out every few months or so
are ridiculous.
They're movie quality.
Yeah,
like, those little short films are better than short films that actually come out.
Yeah,
like,
seriously, man.
Damn, for real, they should really
make so much money. That's the other thing where I'm like, okay, all shit aside, money talks. In the business world, that would make a shitload of money.
Oh yeah, I'd pay more for that too.
Yes,
they had like single player campaign, $20. I'm in.
Dub for you, right there. Like people were doing that for fucking Splatoon 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not even a game I'm interested in, but people that will do that. I don't know. It's weird, man. And they're not even selling the animated things either. You know what I mean? It's not like they're making money off of all the money they're putting into the production of that. That shit ain't cheap. That shit costs money, man. Get your money back on investment. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, Anthem should be interesting as far as EA stuff is concerned. That's just around the corner. There's been a play test or something recently from what I've heard.
Yeah, the VIP beta and like I don't know if the open beta's going on yet, but.
Yeah, I think it was just the VIP.
Yeah.
Are they betas or just demos? I heard
it
was a demo,
you're right. Demo. VIP demo. But, like, demo, beta, I don't know. I guess it's not a beta because they're not testing it. It's a demo, so it's just like...
Like the feedback doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's, I guess, the kicker. So, I don't know, but I've heard good things. I'm just waiting on my end to see more because we talked about it. I think it looks good. It looks
really fun, yeah.
I want to see more beyond that because it looks like it's got all the mechanics in place, but I want to see what fills those gaps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
How deep are they trying to get in your pockets, man?
Yeah.
How egregious are the tactics going to be? That's what I'm worried about. Like, don't piss me off. That's it.
They're going to pull Black Ops 4 and wait until a month or two after release and then put in microtransactions.
Yeah.
And you wonder why you're stumbling
right now. So we'll see.
It's that bait and switch shit, man. In 2019, we're still having that shit happen, bait and switch. Fuck, man.
Gotcha.
It is blatant, man. It makes me feel like these cats just know like they're on their way out and they're just trying to make their fucking fortune before. Yeah, I'm hanging it up soon, man. I just want to get what I can before I jet.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. I mean, I say understandable because it's obviously someone in that position who doesn't care about video games or is as enthusiastic about it as any of us. They're there for the money, and they're gonna get the money because people buy these. No matter how many of us there are, there's going to be a shit ton of people who buy microtransactions. I mean, my wallet speaks for myself. I don't buy games with them as much, as often. Monster Hunter World That's how you do games as a service, man. Keep on updating it, keep adding free shit. Overwatch, sort of, but like, I don't like loot boxes, man. I just don't like them.
It's been interesting to see this kind of stuff go on as like more and more people as time goes, the parents are lifelong gamers, you know what I'm saying, and not gonna just buy stuff off of an ad they saw that they're not really connected to, but they think their kid might like it. You know what I mean? Like the Fortnite Switch boxes with nothing in them. You know what I mean? Like, you're buying a free game for your kid. Like they're doing that on purpose. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Dude, even the kids know, basically. It's like they know the game's free, and they're just like, Mom, buy me this.
Yeah, and so is...
Well, I mean, it's
more and more gamer savvy people are like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a bullshit game. I'm not buying my kid this. You know?
Yeah.
I wonder how much more of that stuff's gonna go by the wayside.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, even when I was a kid, it's like Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's like similar kind of thing, except those are different because they're physical, tangible, and you can resell them.
Exactly. You can trade them, do whatever you want with them.
Yeah. But this is just it's a virtual pretend thing.
And the fact that you get redundant shit sometimes in loot boxes is inexcusable. You should never get redundant out of that.
I am so sick of that shit. Like getting just the same fucking paintings over and over. And it's like, I want that goddamn orrery so bad.
Bro, I've got like 3 of them.
Fuck you, give me one of those.
Can I?
I don't know, you can't.
I'll give you one.
Like, I would love it if you could, but it's like, man, that's all I want. Every time I get in there and I'm just like breaking boxes, tossing them, and it's like I swiped 3 things. Nope, another fucking chair. I've got the same bookends. I got that shelf. I've got that thing. I want that orrery. All I want. That's all I need. I've got the space already cleared out in my home for it too. It's like I'm just waiting to like drop it down.
Oh no!
And that's the only thing I need, man. I've got like everything else is kind of cool. I got like the hummingbirds, and I got a bunch of those fairies, and like all the like atmospheric effects. Have you got those?
Oh yeah. I got the light, the little
yeah. It's just cool. But I want that orrery. I want to play with the planets and like spin them around again.
Yeah.
Come on, Oculus.
Yeah, that's so funny how that shit works. I know exactly what you mean too. I know you have so many more hours in there than me too. You know what I'm saying? So you've just been...
It's like, what games do I need to play to get this? Like, I spend like 9 hours in Elite Dangerous and I get out and I'm like breaking boxes. And it's just like, I have like dozens. I'll be there for like 10 minutes just like tossing those things. And it's just like, man...
Trying to get creative with how you're breaking them.
Oh, yeah.
Monotony and shit.
Toss it, and like, punch it in the face. Throw it behind me.
They just added a big old download update to the Oculus Rift, like the home software, where they made it so you can move your furniture around and like shoot the blasters with the holograms, like while you have other people in your room.
Yeah, that was recent. They've got that now. Yeah, so we gotta play around with that. Yeah,
exactly. So
let's have a fucking housewarming party, bro.
Yeah, no, I got my apartment, sweeted up a little bit, I like it. I'm happy with it.
I need to come check out your digs, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff there, man. I've been playing a lot of Super Hot, you guys.
Fuck yeah.
I'm trying to do the Don't Die run.
Okay.
I've gotten so close so many times, man.
You start from of course. You start from the very beginning.
Yeah, you start from level 5, which is like the airport, and you got to go all the way to the what's it called? The pyramid. Yes. No deaths. I've gotten to the last sequence like once or twice, but I usually die in either the construction yard, Desperado's bar, or Outer Heaven.
Dude, that construction yard's gnarly.
Construction yard's fucked, man. Like, I mean, I'm pretty good at it, but it is gnarly. I actually recalibrated all my sensors today. I've been watching more YouTube videos on the Oculus Rift and stuff, and I had my setup and everything, and then I watched some videos, and they're talking about stuff with like the sensor placement and whatever. Yeah. And I just pause it, and I'm just like, wait. I can rotate the angle of the sensors.
Oh, yeah.
So I recalibrated with that knowledge today. And oh my God, it is so much better. Because picking things up that were like on the ground next to my feet and super hot before that were just, it was impossible. It was just like, I'd have to shoot my hand out and hope that my hand floats.
Break the tracking real quick.
And then just click the trigger. And it's just so much better and so much smoother now. So I'm very happy with that.
You can go prone and take some shots now.
And it was really bad with accounting also. I was trying to show my roommates
that is honestly for me one of the hardest things to demo.
Yeah.
Because it pushes my room scale limits.
Yeah.
Like it's like trying to grab like different things. It was a very early VR experience, and it was made specifically for Vive in mind with regard to room scale.
Yeah.
So, like, one in Oculus software, it always starts up, or when I'm running on Oculus, if you haven't switched to your room in Steam VR, it starts backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to get Steam VR involved for that?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh.
You have to flip your room direction in Steam VR. That's one of the few titles that does it because they flip you away from the front of your room for whatever reason. It's just the way they designed it. I
am happy to learn that.
Yeah,
now. I know why now, but oh my god,
there is some you can. I don't know if it's something you have to download or not, but there's some Steam VR advanced settings you can check.
Okay,
and there's a way to just quickly flip your room front and back, so you can do it pretty quick in the demo or in the game, but it's kind of annoying. And just what always pisses me off is because I love showing it to people because it's super funny and it's got that Justin Roiland humor. But the court scene when you're trying to throw the eggs,
dude,
so hard to throw, so hard to throw. And I'm always like, no, you got to kind of like underhand it, but like straight. And like you gotta, you'll get it. And it takes like 5 throws.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you'll get it.
Well, I mean, it's like you can go for the jury instead of the judge. It's I think that's just
but it's the same. I mean, either way, like it's still there's the angle. It's the way that and every VR game has like different like physics for throwing, but it's
exactly. You got to learn about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of accounting, you guys, I did play it through to see like so Accounting Plus has like at the beginning you pick these like Rick and Morty memes or whatever, and they say that it alters the playthrough, and I don't think it actually does. But there was a point where it's like one of the earlier sequences where you're in the woods and there's that little dude in the tree and just like, fuck you,
that's mine. Fuck you, what are you doing here? This is my headset. Yeah.
First of all, that's gold.
Yeah.
That's just gold. Exactly. Like gold. But when so when you start out early on, when you're in that area, there's the little birdhouse. You can open that door. You can get the little seed, and then you can put the seed in the pot with dirt. And he's like, "Hey, that's my seed. You got dirt all over it. This is my seed. Fuck you. What are you doing getting dirt all over my seed?" And
how is it so fucking funny?
Dude, it's my seed.
That guy just, everything's his. Hey, don't fucking touch it. This is my forest. This is what you did to my forest.
This is my place.
Yeah, I gotta get that Accounting Plus.
Dude, it's great.
Looks worth it.
It's great. I mean, like, control issues aside, it's great. But I mean, my point is,
the one Steam sale thing I got was Accounting Plus for like $6.
You come back to that area later on in your playthrough, and that pot has like a plant that's grown, and there's a fruit, and that fruit has a pair of VR goggles. And you put that pair of VR goggles on, and you are teleported to a small room that has a bunch of empty soda cans and potato chip bags, and it's just like a tiny little computer with a little keyboard and the mouse, and you just hear some like creepy ass voice laughing behind you. Oh, it's so funny. He said fuck you. He said, fuck you. Well, fuck you, little tree man. Fuck you. And you turn around, and it's like this giant, creepy, Smeagol golem dude with really, like, skinny neck and really skinny limbs that are, like, wrapping around you because this room is too small for him. And he's lurched over you, and he's just, like, got this ugly rat Smeagol face, and he is like 20 feet tall, and you're just looking, and you just feel so uncomfortable and powerless, and you're just like, you pick up stuff, and you're just like, what do I do? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? And I
don't spoil it though, because we got to figure out how to get out of there.
I won't say, but my roommate, like, I didn't know what activated it, but I realized that was what it was. I thought it was just the memes playthrough, and I figured out, you got to plant that seed, and then you got to take that headset and put it on. And Same exact thing with him. When he got into that room, he was just like, dude, I am not about this. I need to get out of here.
That's awesome. And I can't wait till that Trover game comes out.
Oh yeah. God.
That looks like it's going to be good, first off, and hilarious, obviously. But man, I'm so happy Justin Roiland's in the VR. Like
dude, it's nice. Yeah. It's nice to have funny VR games. Yeah. Oh man.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. It's my seed. Don't answer my phone. That's my phone.
God damn it! Everyone needs to experience accounting.
Dude, it's one I go to every time for newcomers.
Yeah. I like that better than virtual reality. To be honest, like I thought it was funnier.
I haven't played virtual reality yet.
Pretty good.
It's cool. It's good.
I'll let you know how I like it.
Accounting is. I don't know, a little more.
Yeah. I don't know, its own thing, you know. They like it doesn't have the expectations of Rick and Morty, you know.
Yeah.
The Rick and Morty thing is it lives up to what you want it to be, but it's. I don't know. It's kind of accounting was just so much more wild and free. You know? Like there wasn't like, okay, but this has to be Rick and Morty, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so
they just did whatever.
Yeah.
That Trover shit's gonna be the same way. Like they put the fucking eyeball things in their eye sockets.
Yeah.
So weird.
The king of VR. He's just this. And you just like stab him. And cut him open. My knife. Oh, thank you for cleaning up my mess. Oh my god, dude! And that creepy thing, man. You guys got to go back to that and just try it out because I don't want to ruin it. But oh my god, dude, it doesn't end there. You get out of that room and it doesn't end there.
I'm looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, I love that Bones.
I was just thinking
that. Oh, playing the bones.
Playing them bones. Yeah. That shit made me laugh so hard. Yeah, why don't you play these bones? Just fucking the acid and shit. Oh,
yeah. Dude, the all the little animals that are like part of that game or whatever, and like you are in the truck and you're driving away, and there's that dog who's in the driver's seat, and he's just like,
I haven't played that.
Dude,
that's some new shit.
It must be an accounting plus then. It's so funny. Oh shit, it's my mom. She's pissed. Oh no!
I want them to come out with the Roy VR app.
Dude,
I mean, they have it in virtual reality.
There's a thing in virtual reality, but it's not.
It's cool where they did it, but like a full. Oh.
You'll enjoy the Roy thing. It's such a good surprise.
Oh man!
It's like because like you wanted it. You know, and the way they play it in is just so perfect. So I'll leave it at that.
Cool, good. I'm gonna have to check it out. I can't believe that I don't see it on the store. The stores, the Oculus Rift stores, like what they show. It's just like not what I'd expect, I guess.
They've been working a lot with different like ways of categorizing things. It's a little different to navigate through. I don't know. It just depends on the section you go through, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there's so much stuff that I have not heard of, and it's like, okay, well, when I go on YouTube and I look up Oculus Rift games, there's this and this and this and this and this that all sound lit, but none of them are headliners for the store, and I'm just like, how is that? Why?
No, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say because like most of like the big bangers like I've got as they come out.
Yeah.
You know, so like I don't know how they appear on the storefront since I have them already if it's not marketing it to me.
That makes sense.
But there are a lot of different sections now too. They've got like a good free section. They've got like the Oculus title section and like new releases and on sale stuff. But yeah, it is, and it's hard determining what's good and what's out nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get more. I want to get so many more games. I just need to get a terabyte. You know, I just need more room.
So, are you out of space on your hard drives altogether?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I could delete a couple more games. I could delete Divinity or Overwatch.
Oh yeah,
or League of Legends, but I don't want to do. I don't want to delete Divinity.
Sure. Get you another hard drive, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just need a terabyte hard drive. You know, I'd rather just do that instead of deleting stuff because there's a lot that I still want to re-download and. You know, just stuff. As far as PC, like non-VR games, I started Bastion, That's about it. That's about it. You know, that's another thing. We haven't talked about what we've been playing.
Yeah. Let's run through it real quick.
True.
Well, I'll make it quick. I beat Hyper Light Drifter. That was fun.
Okay.
I got it on the Switch, and I enjoyed it. It's it's got that kind of 16-bit old school kind of vibe, but it plays a little better and runs a little better and has a wider color palette, obviously. And it's just that's how these indie games are nowadays. It's got really good world building for what it's trying to do. Really good, quick, smooth combat. Decent, good exploration, really good unique design, good sound design, decent soundtrack and music, really fun. And now that I beat the game, there's a new game plus and a new game alt, which I was telling you guys about before we got started, that you just play it through as a different character who has less health but does more damage and attacks quicker and moves quicker. And so it's cool. It's nice. I think it's a little harder because I loved having good health. I loved having at least better health. I thought you didn't have enough health at first, and now you have even less. So it's just fuck, I can die in 2 hits from anything at full health now. And so I've been I beat it, and I'm on New Game Alt, and there's also a boss rush mode, which I tried, and it's pretty difficult. The game is challenging, but it was a lot of fun. I started Octopath Traveler. Finally started, but I am not far at all. So I'm just kind of tiptoeing. I just checked the water to see if it's too cold or not, So there's that. I've been playing a shit ton of Super Hot. I was showing people accounting. I got some Master Mode in on Zelda. I've got 3 Divine Beasts down. I'm going to the desert next after I get the rest of the towers and, just kind of look around, get more shrines, whatever. I think that's it.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
On that Breath of the Wild kick too. Getting more into that. Heavy gameplay sessions of it instead of just getting a little hour here or whatever. Having a day of gaming dedicated here or there.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, man. That world, there's so many details that you just see different shit every time, and it's really good, man. That's the one Switch game I like to play on my TV more than handheld mode.
Yeah,
so
Breath of the Wild.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Mario's another one I like to play on my TV, but I don't mind playing it in handheld mode. Smash I can go either way, but this one I'm just fired up on the TV. Mutant Football League. Another game I've been playing a lot. Yeah. Having so much fun with that, man.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's crazy, man. I used to love NFL Blitz. That was 7-on-7 or whatever. Same setup on the field, the kind of formations and stuff. The gameplay is a little different, but it's definitely super arcadey. But you can hit them after the play and take their players out. Everyone has a life bar and damage bar and all that. And you get resurrections after game if you're doing season mode or dynasty mode or whatever. But once you take a player out, if they don't do something at halftime or with the mini game score high enough, you don't get a resurrection. He's gone. You know what I mean? So there's strategy elements to it too, and you got to build your backup up, and it's just cool, man. You get dirty tricks that are hilarious. The announcing in that game, the commentary, it's the announcer from Blitz and NBA Jam.
Nice.
Same guy.
Nice.
And then the color commentary, the voices, it's over the top, and it's just fucking funny, and they're just cussing everywhere, talking the raunchiest shit the whole time.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, it's a gore fest of a football game, and it's perfect. I highly suggest trying it, even for people who aren't sports gamers, man. It's so much fun. I've been playing that. What else? Starlink still. I've been plugging away at that. I really like that game, man. It's full on Star Fox for me, and it's a big world. I've done some of the story shit, but it's a Ubisoft game, and I've been grinding the side missions and building up my bases that feed your funds and all that shit, and just having fun doing that too. What else have I been playing? Fast RMX I've been getting down on, liking that. I think that about covers it for me though.
All right.
Because I took that trip last weekend and I was playing Switch, but I was playing Mutant Football League.
Nice.
What you been on though?
Octopath.
My bad.
Octopath. Yeah.
Nah, I've been playing usual stuff. Played some Elite today. Get my brother into it more. Getting him rolling. He just transferred his PS4 account to PC because he bought it for PS4 when it was on sale a while back, and I bought it for him for Christmas for PC and got him a HOTAS. So he's playing it in VR now with me, and it's been a blast. We just spent time today just getting his. He bought a Cobra and got it outfitted for mining, so we're gonna go do some mining tomorrow probably and make some money. I don't know. It's fun. Got to get down on this shit, man.
I do. I need to get that flight stick. Yeah, get that hard drive. Get the flight stick. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Ace Combat 7.
I'm
on flight sticks again.
We'll circle back to the Ace Combat in a minute.
Oh yeah.
I just had to get that out. It wasn't gonna stay.
Yeah. But yeah, Elite's just been so much fun with the new update. Mining is great. Exploring's been a lot of fun. I got my Crate 2, my Crate Phantom, and my Mamba. I'm just kind of flying around and different stuff. Just, having fun with it. I picked up the expansion for Destiny 2 because I got the game for free a while back, so I hadn't played it since I first got into it, and I played through most of the campaign, and I had literally the last mission left to do, so I hopped in and kind of picked up from there, and then started grinding through the rest, and it's fun. I don't know, it's just a polished shooter, but I don't know, it's I'm not very attached to it still.
Word.
But I invested in the expansions just to see if that content will sustain me through the rest of it, But I feel like I want people to play it with.
Naturally, that's how yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes if I stick with it long term. But I got the expansion, so it's got something to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, played some Mario Odyssey today. Been playing some Breath of the Wild a lot too. Last weekend I played a lot of Breath of the Wild. I've beat all the 4 beasts now, and I just got to clean up shrines and upgrade my armor and stuff, and maybe time for Ganon.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
calamity must fall.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the DLC for Breath of the Wild?
We were talking about that
yet.
though. Yeah, I definitely want to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get that motorcycle, baby.
Get the motorcycle.
Yeah.
The feature where it's if you have the first pack at the very least, if you open up your map and you press the X button, it shows your path of where you've been, from beginning to end.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it's actually really helpful for exploration. So definitely use that a lot.
Yeah.
I use that so much, and obviously the motorcycle is great. And there's a bunch of other armor sets that you can get in the game if you get the DLC. And oh, man, that game alone is worth $80 to me. So to have some extra content, I like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna spring for the DLC soon. Just my brother was saying I should get it before I go fight Ganon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just there's more you can do.
Yeah, as he was saying, there's more stuff you have at your disposal.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Not mad at that.
I'll take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. No, I love that. That's definitely my favorite Zelda game. Is it Ocarina of Time? I mean, Ocarina of Time is just unbeatable because it was the first 3D Zelda, and it was just it's the Z targeting system and the cinematics and the storytelling and everything.
Navi yelling at you.
I could even, man, I could go on about Ocarina of Time and how older Zelda games had better storytelling than newer ones have.
Sure.
I mean, I think Breath of the Wild is kind of an exception to that, just because, with the huge world that they built, they actually did kind of build a world this time.
Yes. So. Yeah. No, I think that, and they did a fair job of giving a story too. Yeah. It's just not so continuous, the story moments are broken up in fragments, you have to
go find them and shit.
You have to get the memories, and the story only really reveals itself at those big moments. It's not a continuous thread, as you're going through each temple and meeting the different characters, and it's not that linear kind of arc.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it was in Ocarina of Time. It was an overall arc, and it was just, oh man, it was linear, but it was good for how linear it was. In Breath of the Wild, I'd take the freedom, I'd take player agency, because that's how games are.
Totally. Well, and Ocarina of Time did, I think, had a lot of options and ways you could approach it.
Yeah.
But there was a certain order that was to an extent you had to follow, and certain things that were kind of chronological. But yeah, no, I love the way Breath of the Wild really opened things up. There's just so much to explore, and getting around and doing it is fun.
Yeah.
There was never a moment where it's oh man, I have to go all the way to there, and I got to do this and circle back.
It's shit. Do I want to warp, or do I just want to hoof it and gather resources along the way?
Yeah. Or do I want to jump off that mountain and hover all the way down? Exactly.
Yep.
Dude, I don't know.
It's great.
It's a great game.
It's a wonderful game. It's oh man, I'm just really happy that I'm still playing it 260 hours later.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
tremendous amount of time.
It's a glorious amount of time.
Yeah.
God bless Nintendo for that game. Dude, if Metroid Prime 4 is actually like, you know, that good, I'm not saying it's going to be, but it's getting delayed and treated like it's going to be that good. Like Breath of the Wild had some delays, and Metroid Prime 4 is kind of having that sort of similar thing of like, you know, this was going to come out in the middle of the life cycle of the Switch, and now it's coming out at the tail end of life cycle of the Switch. People are questioning whether or not it's going to come out on the Switch or not, and whether or not, if it does, if there's going to be an, you know, HD or, you know, a super powerful version of the game on the next Nintendo console, the Nintendo fucking beefcake. That's what it needs to be called. It's got to be more powerful than a PlayStation 6 and an Xbox 3 combined. Toast, it floats. You don't put it on a desk. You don't put it anywhere. You grab it, you put it where you want it, you let go of it, and it floats there.
It's the future.
It's like being an Oculus Home.
4K VR ready, 8K VR ready, and it's actually an air conditioning unit as well.
No way.
Because it's so liquid cooled, it cools the room around it.
Yeah.
With the air it spits out.
It's got that exothermic reaction.
Actually,
$5.99.
It operates outside the laws of thermodynamics.
Yeah.
That is how advanced that system needs to be.
At $5.99. PlayStation 3 was $5.99.
$5.99 though, not $600.
$6. The attachment rate's gonna be that great with it.
Oh my God.
You're gonna make all the money up in the software sales.
Can you imagine? They're like $200 games, $6 consoles.
I mean, honestly, how good are those games?
Were worth if the games were that good, I mean, might be okay with it.
I've spent on Elite alone because I got the game at like on sale like $20-$30, $10 on Voice Attack, $15-$20 on the voice pack with Voice Attack, so about $60 altogether for the game. Then I got a HOTAS, then I got a VR headset. So I'm pretty deep on Elite Dangerous on its own, you know. So like I'm not, and cosmetics aside, I probably spent like maybe $20-$30 on cosmetics too. Maybe a little more. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a dive.
But it's I'll get in deep if it's worth it. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the key. Worth. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Oh man, I hope the beefcake is worth it.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love
it. Whenever it drops, the Nintendo, the NBC,
NFBC. It's gotta have the
fucking beefcake, like
it's
the BFG.
The Nintendo fucking beefcake.
That's how they do it.
Exactly. Half-Life 3 exclusive on Nintendo.
Whoa!
Whoa! Valve is literally making a headset of their own for that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even supporting that movie.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
You've gone too far.
As a Switch owner, fuck that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note, we should shut it down.
Yeah, we can't go into Half-Life 3.
We're done here.
We already had to talk about
Portal
fucking not
3,
playing Metroid until 2021.
3, Team Fortress 3, and the Duke Nukem Forever that should have been, and Silent Hills. All on the Nintendo fucking beefcake.
See, man. We'll see if they come out with this updated Switch first, too.
Yeah, we'll see. I actually don't. I don't expect it, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, well.
If they do it, I'll get it, but I don't expect it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go think about Half-Life 3 now.
I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop this right.
Death Stranding coming out this year as soon as fiscal year ends before March 31st. Just kidding, that's not happening. But 2019.
Hip Hop for Life.
Hip Hop for Life.
Metroid Prime 4 for life.